My name is Paul Taylor, editor of The Connected Business, and with me today is Gary Hoberman, who's the CIO of MetLife. Gary, you joined MetLife just about a year ago from, I think, Citicorp. What did you find when you arrived?
Yeah, so it's really interesting experience coming out of banking into insurance. Even though they're both financial services, vastly different industries. And the challenges are very different from what you find. Within MetLife, my role is to support the global businesses. So I have the business CIOs that actually face off against the businesses. And the goal is to actually satisfy what is their problems, what are we trying to solve? And what I did when I first landed in MetLife was through a leadership team, see that we're actually investing. So MetLife's investing $300 million in technology, which I've never seen done before. But the answer was we're not executing. So what we did was we actually went through the organization and my development team and reached out and said, what do you do? As a developer, what is your role? What do you do? And what we really heard back was that they viewed themselves as almost order takers or service providers. Not as a valued employee solving a business problem which benefits our customers.
So how did you change the culture then of the IT team?
So we really focused on what I would call the art of the possible. So literally showing the businesses what can be done. So the experience over the past few years has not been very positive. But here's what we can do when we focus and actually do that. So technology created a concept to help solve customer centricity called the wall, the MetLife wall.
Tell me a little more about the wall in terms of what it contains. Is the concept like a pin wall that you're putting up images? Or
in the past, it probably would be the Post-it notes, as you see. But the goal is, how could you provide customer service and centricity for the customer when you can't see the full picture of the customer? The reason why we were able to do this quickly with the technology and the prototype was we brought in a big data solution called MongoDB that let us look at the customer as a single document without focusing on the structure of that document. Let's focus on what value we can provide back to customers using the technology. And when we built this prototype, the amazing part was going to our executive leadership team, from the CEO and his directs down, and basically showing them what we can do, the art of the possible. And what we then did was, their response was, absolutely, let's go. We committed to be done in 3 months. And this is an industry that moves in years. So 3 months was unheard of. So the wall was built because of a moment in time when we brought in a SWAT team into my group. So a CIO level SWAT team that's capable at my level to jump in and fix a problem never been done before. Very unusual organizational structure for that. And when the wall was going on, we actually threw the talent in at a moment in time when it was looking like we wouldn't hit the date. And in 1 week's time, that team took it back on track, which was fascinating to see. It shows what talent could do. One strong developer is better than 50 non-strong developers, because you have to live with what the 50 non-strong developers built years after. So we're looking for talent. We were looking at that to see how do we reach out and engage developers and find those engineers and developers that are for MetLife, that want to work for us. And to that end, we created a site called MetLife Synapse. It's a JSON MongoDB big data application that's very unique. It says, solve a problem. Hey, show us what you could do. Here's a problem that happened in MetLife. And one of the problems is actually deploying the wall. It talks about that and how would you do it. And we want to know how people think. We don't want to see a resume. We want to see how do you describe yourself in a JSON format.
Now, a lot of my viewers won't know what JSON is, but it's a technical language. Yeah,
it's a text language which you could read openly. And it's almost just what's the value and what's the next to it. Very simple. And the work that we're doing here is attracting talent that would normally go to a Google. Why insurance could be cool. It could be, exciting. It could be, think about, we're trying to help a customer through the life event. Some difficult, but it's through their life. We're really focusing on them.
Gary, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for having me, Paul. It's been a pleasure.